let's rewind to sort of the beginning of this story. Netanyahu, Benjamin Netanyahu, was born in 1949 to secular Jewish parents, meaning non-religious, and that will become pretty important in just a moment. He is the longest-serving prime minister in Israel's history, having served for a total of 17 years so far. That is 1996 to 99, again from 2009 to 2021, and then after a quick break, he was elected again in 2022. That last gap from 2021 to 2022 will become very important because that is where everything changed dramatically. But to understand that shift, you have to understand how much the power went to his head during his incredibly long time atop Israeli politics from 2009 to 2021. That is 12 consecutive years. That was throughout basically all of Obama's 2 terms and through Trump's first term. 18-year-olds serving in the IDF today have basically never known Israel without Bibi. And during that 12-year period, Bibi and his wife Sarah, who will become quite important in this story, became more and more corrupted by power, wealth, and influence. I'll let a short clip from the documentary explain a little better.
Netanyahu, over the years, had many corruption cases. In 1997, he was investigated for appointing the Attorney General in some corrupt deal. Later, he was interrogated for getting gifts. Also, one case that starts from investigative report that I made, it's about the submarines deal that Israel has with Germany, but he was never prosecuted. When you do something wrong and you get away with it, once and twice and 3 times and 10 times and 20 times, you're beginning to think that you are immune, that nothing will touch you. So it wasn't long before Netanyahu was into trouble again.
So the initial investigations opened in 2016. But throughout those years prior, when he was the prime minister for so long, Netanyahu not only got away with a number of alleged corrupt acts, but he also formed many very powerful and lucrative friendships. Many of the wealthiest people in the world are Jewish, and many of them have interests in Israel. Benjamin and Sarah Netanyahu seemed to learn that they could live that glamorous lifestyle by receiving gifts from their billionaire friends. And Sarah Netanyahu is apparently quite involved in all the crimes and controversy in a fundamental way. I'm going to turn it back over to the documentary to fill you in.
First of all, Mrs. Sarah Netanyahu is very important as a decision maker in everything that goes around Mr. Netanyahu.
So this is Nir Nefetz, former campaign manager, publicity manager, saying how Sarah intervenes in both political and media matters. She deals with hiring in the office.
Benjamin Netanyahu is extremely skillful and knowledgeable and smart, but can we trust you? So that's Sarah's responsibility. So once he thinks that someone has the right skills, still Sarah needs to give her approval that we, the Netanyahu family, can trust this guy or this lady.
She gets to decide who will be the advisors.